Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Madhavi Nitin Shinde, lecturer in Government Institute of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Nagpur. Today I am going to cover the topic of my subject, front office. The topic is guest cycle. Guest cycle is the flow of the guest in the hotel. So this is about the little brief about what the guest cycle is. Guest cycle is the movement of the guest in the hotel. Like what will be the first stage when the guest will come in contact with the guest, then with the hotel, and then how will they come to the hotel, what all stages will come there, what all services we have to give them. Okay, so there are basically four stages in guest cycle: pre-arrival, arrival, occupancy, and departure. So this is the cycle. In a cycle form, I have given the guest cycle. This is the pre-arrival stage. This is arrival stage. This is occupancy stage, and this is the departure stage. Now, this is just a core idea about the guest cycle, but there are a lot many things to be done in each and every stage of the guest cycle that we will see further. Yes, now this is the guest cycle in proper way. The first stage is the arrival stage. Sorry, the pre-arrival stage. That is the stage where the guest reserves the room in the hotel. The guest reserves the room in the hotel. The guest can reserve the room by on telephone, coming in person. Now there are very new technologies in reservation which are called as intercell agencies, like Make My Trip, Go IBGO, and all. Right, so in this way we can book the room in the hotel. So this becomes the first stage of the guest cycle, that is reserving the room by the guest. This is the first time when the guest comes in contact with the hotel. The second stage is the actual arrival stage of the guest. So whenever the guest comes in the hotel, the guest first comes in the contact is with the drivers of the hotel. If any vehicle they are coming in with their private vehicle, or if they are coming by flight, then the hotel's vehicle go for the pickup and all. So that time they come in contact with the drivers, which is actually called as the valet service. Then the doorman come in with the contact with the guest, and then the bell boys. Here the actual process starts. The bell boys handle the luggage of the guest. Then the room assignment is being priorly done by the hotel staff. The guest goes, does the registration, signs the registration card. The key is handed over to the guest. The bell boy escorts the guest to the room and carries his luggage from lobby to the room, which is called as an up bell activity. Right. So here the rooming procedure starts. The guest goes with the bell boy. The bell boy explains all the features to the guest. Fine. So this is the rooming procedure. This all things come under the arrival stage. Next stage is the occupancy stage. Very important stage where we have to take a lot of care of the guest so that no complaints should be there. So here many services we have to give it to the guest. So here I have just mentioned the services which front office gives to the guest. Okay, so first is paging, then message handling. Paging is locating the guest where he's in the hotel. If he has any guest, message handling, any message is there to the guest, then we have to do. Then transportation facility, if the guest needs any taxi to travel from one place to another, that time this taxi services we can book for them. The business center services, if the guest wants some clerical work to be done, the secretarial work and all, that can be done here. Wake up call has been given to the guest on his requirement. Okay. And any customer care related services, any complaint, any emergency situation needs to be done. So these extra customer care services are being given to the guest. And last stage is your departure stage. Departure is when the guest is going to check out from the hotel. So the first activity there will be taken at the time of departure is down bell activity, that is carrying the luggage of the guest from the room to the lobby. That is called as down bell activity. So the bell boy here comes in contact with the guest, gets the luggage down. The guest also comes, settle the bill by various different modes of payment. It can be bill to company, it can be cash, it can be through credit card, etc., etc. And then the guest checks out of the hotel. goes, he may have his own taxi, he may give them the drop facility till airport and all. So this is the last stage in the guest cycle. So all these 4 stages together makes a guest cycle, that is pre-arrival, that is reservation, arrival, that is registration, occupancy and departure. This all 4 stages together makes the guest cycle. So here I think everyone must have got what the guest cycle is. Thank you very much.